Welcome to the Back to Me podcast, where we help multicultural incoming freshman women and men manage their entire college experience throughout post-graduation to successfully transition into entrepreneurship and corporate workspaces as new hires.
Back to me. Oh, I turned it around. I'm back to me. I finally figured it out. I'm back to me. So when you think you have nothing, back to me. I go back to me. Yeah, I'm back to me.
Hello, everyone. It's your host, Yoli Tamu. We're back for the new semester, celebrating our 200th episode as we continue the Honor Your Gifts and Say Yes series. This week, we honor a trailblazer turning hardships into leadership legacy. We are thrilled to invite back the reigning Miss Coppin State University and graduating health science scholar, Trumata-Addey. Catherine urges students to reach beyond Coppin State and build their own legacies through leadership. Find out why it's important to step out of your comfort zone by developing your public speaking skills, befriending your professors, and building your vocabulary in order to maintain confidence and show up for yourself and others. Enjoy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It just warms my heart when I get to learn about what students are doing and how they're growing. And we had this young lady with us from Coppin State as a scholar on our student panel in 2024 for mental health. And now she is Miss Coppin. How about it? Miss Trumata-Addey, how are you?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you? Thank you for having me back. It truly is an honor. I couldn't tell you how big my smile was when I saw you in my email. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being back.
You are so sweet. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely my pleasure. I'm like a queen. They're pretty busy. So for her to squeeze me in, I appreciate you. Well, congratulations. My goodness.
Thank you. Thank you so, so much. Really, thank you.
Fantastic. So this is your graduating year, right?
Yes, ma'am. Graduating senior.
Oh my goodness. So now you've become a queen. So within the 2024, within a year, what have you been up to? Have you been doing some projects in between that led you to this place? What made you decide to pursue this?
Yes. Getting to this point, I can't tell you how many days and nights, blood, sweat, and tears, motivational speeches I've heard from family, friends, faculty. Right now, currently trying to get to this point, I have been an intern at the Alzheimer's Association, kind of building up my accolades when it comes to speaking, public speaking, networking, learning really how to sell that elevator pitch leading up to Miss Coppin. So everything that I've done with working at the Alzheimer's, even just being Miss Sophomore, being Miss Junior, and now being the NAACP Secretary, I get to know all aspects of what it's like to be up front and in the camera, but also the logistics of how to set up an event for, learning the logistics of what would engage students. And I got the chance to even go to 2 leadership conferences as Miss Coppin over the summer. The first one was NAACP, and that's when HBCU leaders all around the world from different lovely HBCUs get to come together, and we finally get to see what it's like to be a student leader at different schools. We get to learn from different people how they run their events, how they would host an event, ideas, collaborations we can have with other schools, such as Morgan, Bowie. And not even just that, but also getting to go to NOLA. NAACP was mainly a leadership conference for presidents, SGA, Royal Court, even CAB. Meanwhile, NOLA is particularly for Royal Court, so getting the chance to learn proper etiquette, such as eating and learning how to talk, greeting yourself, the preparation to get to this point took a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of mentoring. You take care of yourself, being very selfless and making sure I get to be the big sister to my Royal Court.
Oh, very cool. That's right. I forgot that you were Miss Sophomore. So you have had some experience prior to this. So this is a natural fit for you. My goodness. Okay, now you mentioned the Alzheimer's Association. So now is that part of your mission, or what was your mission as Miss Coppin, or is your mission?
My mission as Miss Coppin really is being the 94th Miss Coppin State and really just being the headquarters of people building legacy through leadership. And that's why my actual campaign when I was running, I wanted to be unique. I wanted to be something eye-catching. And as a lady, you wouldn't think a woman would try to do a football theme or Madden. So my theme really was the 94th headquarters, empowering your next play. And that was basically my slogan for students to reach beyond Coppin and building connections not only within the school resources, but outside resources, such as nonprofits. That's where I would bring recently Sharp Dressed Men, and they are a nonprofit organization that actually gives out free professional suits that are gently used, brand new to students that are or do have financial hindrances when it comes to professional etiquette and business attire. So it's things like that where I want to be a daredevil. I want to reach high points where people have yet to kind of think outside the box, where the impossible is really not the impossible. Really just pushing limits.
So you're promoting confidence, it sounds like, confidence building as well.
Yes. Yes. For sure. For sure. And positive stubbornness. I always say sometimes stubbornness can be a negative thing, but I personally believe being stubborn can also be a positive thing. You may say no to me, but my thing is I will take the no, but I will find another maneuver route to make sure it can still happen, but in a positive manner.
Mm-hmm. That's fantastic. That's so good. I never heard about that organization for men. That's fantastic.
Yes, it's beautiful. Really just doing your research and having a mission and really just sectioning it out from your idea to how would you break it down, who can help, takes you a long way.
I love that. And it's important that you're taking this position because when you think about graduating, getting your degree, all these things look good on paper, but how you show up as a person.
Important and very important. Your paper, your resume from your degree can look beautiful. But those 30 seconds when you walk into that door, shake somebody's hand, 30-second elevator pitch, that's what sells the people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So they're getting some business etiquette and some dress attire for success. I love that. So when we get into networking, do they explore networking or do they have opportunities to practice with others for networking possibilities that you're aware of?
Yes, at Coppin State, we definitely do have mock interviews where students can come in into our illustrious EAC and we would have job recruiters. We would even have faculty and they would run through a mock interview for a job you possibly want in the future and your dream job. And after that mock interview, you would kind of be scored and they would give you feedback. Just nice feedback, criticism, just to be like, hey, maybe next time speak slower. You might need to be more specific on certain situations, how you resolved certain things. So it really helps you critically break down what you need to hit all the points to make sure not only you get the job, you get the internship, but also they see the authentic you with minimum amount of words.
Very important because sometimes students don't realize that how you show up and the way you speak to a person is everything.
Yes, always, always. It's even sometimes I always say it's not always what you say, it's how you say it.
Right.
So a lot of things in tone is really what matters. And that's why when people see me and they're like, oh, you're always so happy. Well, yeah, it's the tone that you put it in. Like I said, being stubborn is always a negative connotative where, oh, they're hard headed and all that stuff. I say I'm stubborn, but in a positive manner because I'm going to get the work done.
Where does that come from? Your joy. I remember that when we did our panel that you were just so full of joy, just naturally. Do you think that comes from gratitude for your life, for your experiences? Where does that joy come from?
Yes, the joy genuinely comes from gratitude and my hardships. Even though as a queen, I may perceive that I may have a lot of money, I may have a lot of great things going on, but there's a lot of things that brought me to this point where being your own parent, having to graduate high school early, and those very long nights and hardships made me feel gratitude because I got to this point where I didn't allow my hardships to drag me down, but lift me up. And life can be very consuming. Sometimes it can be very tiring, but the way how I hold myself, I make sure every day I have gratitude or some type of joy and not just happiness, but being joyful because life is so short. life is so short. You never know what anybody could be going through. Because I'm very good at hiding out what I've been going through, and no one would ever possibly guess what I've been through. And that goes same for others. So really the idea of I may not know what you're going through, but I want to make sure I can be the light in your life. That's my value. That's just my main purpose in life.
Wow, you want to show up as the light. I love that. Mm. Okay, so now we have your mission of business etiquette and networking. So, on this podcast, we serve that incoming college freshman and that they're dealing with anxiety in that new environment, and then the outgoing grads. So, do you suggest that they consider developing these type of skills as early as a freshman?
Yes, for sure. Even learning how to switch, learning how to talk professionally to your friends even helps because really after my 4 years in college, joining an organization can really help you manage what is business and what is friendship. All my friendships that I have that are long lasting right now are because of my leadership roles. For example, NAACP, I'm the secretary, and both of my very great friends are president and vice president. There are times where we can talk like we're homegirls, but at the same time, there's going to be times where I'm like, hey, I need this event form from here, here, and here, or other logistics. So, really, when you're a freshman, I really recommend knowing how to public speak properly, learning how to articulate your words, slow down. I'm the same way. My dad tells me I talk like a headless chicken. My mouth would move at 2x speed, but really learning how to slow down your words, critically think about what you're about to say, but also make it intentional. And it just makes life 10 times easier. You build a lot more confidence when you understand what you're saying, and people can see it right through you.
Hmm. What do you think about even volunteering and speaking up more in class? Just practicing
Yes.
to build that
Yes. I
confidence.
recommend speaking up in class. Having to be friends with your professors, being friends with your professors makes life 10 times easier. I'm the type of person where I would just open my mouth just to open my mouth. And it's even just small things like a professor wants to just jump right into the lesson. You can be like, well, how's your day been? How's your evening been? How's your morning been? Good morning. So it's just stuff like that where one, you're setting the tone, but two, you're getting yourself out that comfort zone. It's hard to be in a classroom full of people, especially where, oh, I want to get in and get out. Sometimes class can be fun. I'm the type to really be like, you got a nice suit on. Or like, just some things like that where you're really getting out your comfort zone. And not only that, it gets easier over time and you build confidence, you build relationships that can help you speak a lot more better than you did probably like a week later.
Pretty cool.
Honestly, reading, knowing to genuinely build your vocabulary is essential. And that is one thing I had to say discipline, like having discipline in reading. I have a very short attention span. And I know this generation, we love TikTok, we love this and we love that. However, building up your actual vocabulary takes you so long because that's where your confidence increases. Since you know all of these illustrious words, you feel confident where you're like, my educational bracket is skyrocketing. So it's like, I learned this new word. I'm going to try to use it in the sentence. I'm going to try to use it in this meeting. And it's just stuff like that. My main thing too is I learned how to public speak just by saying hi to random people. It's the small things that get you very far. A lot of people know me as Catherine before they knew me as Miss Coppin. So my freshman year, I used to think I didn't want to be a leader for anything. I just wanted to have friends, say hi to everyone that came by me. And even if I did not know their name, I would just say a compliment. Like, hey, I love your hair today. That's it. It's those little baby steps where once you start getting comfortable as just saying hi to random people, nothing's gonna hurt. That's when you start to speak up in class. That's when you start taking on leadership roles. That's when you start talking in general body meetings. So it's very much baby steps to get to that next level, but it's really up to somebody, well, an individual to really discipline and challenge themselves. So one, educate yourself on increasing your vocabulary, but to using that vocabulary in your day-to-day life.
That's really good, using your vocabulary. And so when you talked about being the light and kind of showing up with joy, Do you have some sort of practice, some morning practice? Are you into affirmations? What are you doing to bring that light forward, to stay in touch with it?
Yes. One, I can definitely say after 4 years, for a person who's very nice, you have to have a great friend group. That is essential because who you hang around with can sometimes really get into your mental health, but also you can kind of pick up certain things they're saying. So one person's complaining, somebody else may. Now you are. So you feed off each other. So one thing, my friend group, we are very great at complimenting each other, giving each other flowers, and giving ourselves flowers. So that's one thing. Two, music. Music. As much as I love every single genre, pop is like my favorite one. And getting to that point where you hear some upbeat music, you want to go by your day and just start grooving. And when I have a really good song stuck in my head, that's when I know the day's gonna be good. Cause I'm just humming, minding my business, walking around town. And then that's when it just shines out. Hi, I love your hair today. You look pretty. Hey girl, how you doing? Da, da, da. So it's just those little small things. And even just making sure that you don't start off your day with just your phone. You have to get up. My main thing is count down from 5. I give myself less than 5 seconds to get up. If that alarm goes off and I snooze it and I go, Catherine, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, shoot up. That's it.
Oh,
Because
okay.
once you're up, you're up. And so it's like I said, it's always that discipline. I can tell everyone what to do, but it's really at the end of the day, if you want to do it, if you're willing to push yourself to do it. Because if you really want to do it, it's not all about feeling. It's just about doing.
Yes. This is so valuable what you're saying, especially at the times that we're living in and the craziness that's all around us. It is up to us to take care of us, and this is how we do it. It's as simple as you said, having good friends, recognizing good energy around you. Fantastic. I love that. So now as we wrap up, I'm thinking about those final words of encouragement for our listeners, just encourage them to keep moving forward, to stay focused. What do you have for us for that
Yes.
listener?
A great thing I can always say is keep showing up for yourself, even on the days you don't feel ready. Like growth doesn't happen in comfort zones. It's about taking leaps where you belong and you belong in every room that you step in. It's really that discipline. So the key word today is really discipline and taking that leap because you have it. I always tell my friends, you have it in the bag. You just don't want to take the bag.
I love it. Well, you are a great friend and you're a great representative, excellent representative of Coppin State University.
Thank
So
you.
proud of you. It's an excellent school, and I'm glad to have met all of you and to meet you as well. So if they want to reach out to you and learn more about you and learn more about the university, where would you like to send them?
Yes. So first, if you would like to learn about the illustrious Also Soaring Coppin State University, you can go at coppinstateuniversity.com or .org. And you can also follow me at Miss Coppin State University. Even shout out to my Royal Court. You can follow us at CSU Royal Court. We've post a whole bunch of TikToks. I love my court. Shout out to the Royal Code. You all are amazing, especially as individuals and as a group. I'm just so blessed for an amazing court.
Yes. Well, congratulations on your upcoming graduation as well.
Thank you.
I will definitely stay connected to you, and I really appreciate you coming back to the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me back. This is really such a great honor. I had a great time the first time and even great time now.
Oh, I learned a lot from you. So thank you. How to keep my joy. All right, lady. You take care of yourself. We'll be in touch
take care as
soon.
well.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you for joining us. So this year, remember to show up for yourself and others. It's an honor to be you. For more information about other episodes, remember to subscribe to the Back to Me podcast, College and Beyond. I'm your host, Yoli Tamu. Leave a review at the end of this podcast. And if you would like to learn more about other special events, join our community on our YouTube channel at the Back to Me podcast, or simply text Back to Me to 833-206-4565. Until next time, be well.